Alright, welcome back to the layout. What I have here today is I want to go over a quick and cheap weathering technique that I just experimented with the other day and had great results. So what we're going to use is XF10 Flat Brown by Tamiya, isopropyl alcohol in a quick easy dispenser. You can get these at the dollar store. And some water. So what I did, I'll bring this up a little closer, is I basically just covered the sides with the flat brown, and then I took the isopropyl alcohol and just wiped away the excess, and it left this amazing weathering and rust effect. Now I only did that for one side. The other side's pretty clean, because on my layout you're only going to see one side of the car. So to me it doesn't matter if both sides are done. And I'm just going to go through here and show all of the cars that I did. Now you can see there's the I had a paintbrush over here. There we go. Now you can see that as you're doing it, you're going in the middles here. So you're leaving the middle pretty much untouched. And then all the raised areas like these spines are getting the beading and the rust. And you know, all depends on how much you take away. Like this one, you know, you still get it in the middle, and if you stop, say you start up here, you stop midway and start again down here, you get that middle effect. So it all depends on what you want to do. Like this one, you can leave this whole corner rusty. Just take away what you don't want. I'm just going to continue to go through here. You can see this one. Now I'm sure I'm not the first person to do this. I was just messing around with some paint, and it just turned out really good. I did the roof. Now the way I did the roof on this one was just get the brush wet, get the roof wet, and just stipple it on and let it dry. Now the only thing I would say is don't do this with the airbrush, because I didn't like how this one turned out. Because if you can see, you get like a gray. Now I don't know if that has anything to do with the airbrush, but this is the only one I did with the airbrush. I covered the whole side using the airbrush, and I got this gray tone. I didn't like it. I wanted it more dark brown. Let's go ahead and take this one. Well, maybe I did do both sides on this guy. Alright, hang on. Let's find one I didn't do. There we go. So you can see, we're going to start off with the clean side here. You know, shake up your paints. Now I don't have a lot left because I've been going crazy with the weathering. So we're just gonna get in there. Just cover the whole side. take the excess off the brush and then take the puddles away, because you're gonna get too much when you do that. It's gonna happen no matter what. Then we want to let this dry a couple minutes. So as you're letting it dry, just go through, make sure there's no excess puddles of paint. We're going to let this dry for a couple minutes. Alright, so this is pretty dry for me. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our water into frame there. And I'm just going to get it wet. And the way I do it, get the IPA on the towel there. Because you don't want to soak the brush, because then you'll take too much away. But that water helps. You can see already it's just like if you were doing a chipping effect on a 1/35th scale tank. It's kind of what it reminds me of. That's what I did before doing the model railroading. I was in the tanks and armor. And then we're going to rip the piece off here. Get that excess water out of there. And you can see it leaves a nice effect. And if you're not happy with it just yet, just keep working with it. If you stipple at it, you'll get different effects. And you'll get a really nice weathered car for real cheap with the amount of materials put into it. And there's no real skill behind it. It's just messing around. Just having fun. I see a lot of these videos, it's like a real in-depth weathering. And if that's what you're into, that is what you're into. I just don't have the patience. I wish I did. I wish I could meticulously go in and make every little rust streak, and because some of these guys, they do an amazing job. And I love watching it. But it's just not for me. So you just want to keep going back for that IPA. You just want to keep the brush damp. Just enough for it to bite into that paint and take it away. So this panel will leave a little more rusted up. You can see. And you want to continuously go back and just wash. Just wash it off. And then go in, suck up that water. This is what worked for me. Something else might work for you. Because you know these scrap gondolas, they get all messed up. Look at that already. We're 5 minutes in and it's looking like this already. So it's quick, it's easy. You don't need to have 7 different paints, whole bunch of different brushes. You know, like I said, if you're into that meticulous weathering, then this might not be for you. But look at that, 5 minutes, or what are we at, 8 minutes here, and this is what we got. Nice rusty gondola. You know, this is the side that I did previously, but you can see it comes out real nice. And like I said before, we used XF10 Flat Brown by Tamiya. Now, what I do with this paint is when you get a fresh bottle, I've learned from other YouTubers, if you want to use this for airbrushing, when you open it up, you have that space before. So let's see if I can open this one up. So for instance, it'll be like around here, and then you have all this space. Fill it up with IPA and shake it, and then it should be airbrush ready. But that's going to do it for this. Have a good one.